Good morning. It's Friday, July 21st. And yesterday or the day before, Donald Trump did something that he doesn't do very often. He told the truth. Donald Trump said he has received a target letter from the special counsel Jack Smith and his investigators. This is the clearest sign that Trump may soon face his third criminal indictment this year, this time, for his effort to subvert the 2020 election results. This letter is not a joke. This letter almost always means an arrest and an indictment. And Trump's already been indicted twice in the recent months, and he wrote that on Truth Social, that he expects to be arrested and indicted. I don't know if he'll actually end up arrested and in jail. That would be going a little bit too far so early in the game. But Trump said the letter is going to give him a chance to speak before the grand jury. And the grand jury is meeting in the federal courthouse in Washington today, or yesterday, or tomorrow, anyhow, sometime soon. And the targets of criminal investigators very rarely speak to the grand. And Trump hasn't spoken to the grand jury in his other two criminal cases in which he's been charged. So I doubt that he's going to take up that invitation. But this letter is a clear sign that Jack Smith, the special prosecutor, is close to seeking an indictment for Trump's role in an effort to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th. And I note that, peaceful transfer of power. And I remember that day, and I remember watching the people storming the Capitol. And I also remember the idiots in Congress who said it was a regular tourist event, when glass was shattered, documents and other items were taken from the offices of the Congress, when Pence had to run for his life along with all the other congressmen who were in the building, trying to evacuate quickly. And I'll never forget the oath taker with his horns running around carrying a spear, and the other people who took down flags and used the flagpoles as weapons, and the police who died in that event. I remember all of those things. So this was not a minor skirmish somewhere. This was not a political event that was exciting and something. Well, I'm not sure of what the crimes Trump might be charged with. Usually, I think it's special potential obstruction charges related to his actions on January 6th, and maybe the before or after. So right now, the specific crimes that Trump may be charged with are not clear. But Smith's team has been looking at potential obstruction charges related to Trump's actions in the days leading up to January 6th and on that day itself, including the pressuring of his Vice President Mike Pence to solidly block the certification of Joe Biden's electoral victory. And there's more than that. The investigators are also examining Trump's consideration of a plan to seize voting machines from the states. And let's not forget his campaign of false claims that the election was stolen and his role in advancing a plan to assemble a substitute slate of presidential electors in order to win the election, in order to turn the election in his favor. So there are many things that Smith is looking at, and it's really relatively unclear right now what other things might figure into this indictment of the ex-president Donald Trump. And Smith and his team are looking beyond Donald Trump. Smith's team has interviewed many prominent figures who I will consider Trump's insiders. They have interviewed men like John Eastman and Jeff Clark, two attorneys, key allies of Trump in his effort to overturn the election. They had their phones seized last year. And if you know anything about mobile phones, your whole life is on that phone if you don't clean it out every day. I don't know why Trump actually came forward and revealed this letter, but I have a strong feeling that he's going to use this to raise more money. Because every time he gets in trouble, the first thing he does is he goes out to his minions and he asks for donations. So I think this is the perfect spot for him to be out there asking for more donations to fight these criminal activities that he has been associated with. So in addition to getting this letter from Smith, he's also fighting in the Fort Pierce, Florida case. He's fighting to have that case postponed until after the 2024 election. And he has one of his favorite judges on the case, Eileen Cannon. So it's quite possible that she might come in with a favorable verdict and allow him to postpone that case, that Florida case, until after the 2024 election, which I think is insane. It bothers me tremendously that a man that has so many criminal activities going on under investigation can be allowed to run for the presidency. I know we have freedom of speech and we have a lot of freedoms, and until you're convicted, you're a free person. But there ought to be something that can be done to stop Donald Trump's activity at this particular moment. He's got big cases in front of him, that will appear in Georgia. He's got investigations going on in New York. He's been indicted twice already, and he still has millions and millions of people willing to fund his activity. This nation has been torn apart by this man, and he doesn't want to let us go forward in peace. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what will happen in this case. I think that Smith is doing his job, and he's turning over a lot of rocks and getting lots of information. So I'm hoping that he can stop Trump in his tracks. But Trump is a very, very determined person, and he has been through this fight before and many, many times in his life, so he knows all the ins and outs and all the delaying tactics that are available to him. So we'll see how this goes, but I hope he gets indicted. I hope that we can have a peaceful 2024 election. So I'll leave you with that this morning. Have a great day.